Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be looking at this Hot Toys Captain Rex and how we can pose him in 3 different ways. Now you might be wondering, what is this black technological terror encroaching into my frame? It's a new microphone. I invested some money into the channel. I also got some new editing software as well as a new laptop. So audio quality, video quality should shoot way up. The only issue is that it is taking a long time to learn everything. I'm using Final Cut, and it is very nice, but it is also very different. So please, I'm sorry if videos are coming out a little bit later. Normally I shoot for Wednesdays every week, but it's just taking a lot to learn. So I'm sorry if this video comes out on Thursday or Friday. But without further ado, let's get into posing this incredible action figure. All right, so we have our beautiful Captain Rex boy right here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work our way up in terms of our posing. So we'll have a vanilla pose, a medium dynamic pose, and then a very dynamic pose. And we'll go ahead and start with the medium pose first. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bend his arms up here. He's a very well articulated action figure. It is so cool. It's probably up there with one of the best things I've ever bought outside of like my Cal Westis Pixel or something like that. It's pretty amazing. I think what we're gonna do is actually, instead of having him hold this gun here, we're gonna have him holding his helmet, I think. So we'll go ahead and pop this. Oops, shoot, just dropped it. All right, I got his replacement hand here. Pop that in, and we're gonna rip his head off. There we go. We'll bring his arm out. Kind of make it look like he's holding his helmet. You just gotta get the helmet to stay there. There we go. And then the final thing is we're going to pop this beautiful, I think that's on there, Tamir Morrison head sculpt. I mean, just look at that. And then we'll maybe turn his head to the side a little bit, make it look like he's looking into the camera. Let's get ready to turn those clankers into scrap metal. Oh yeah, baby. How cool does that look? So that is pose number 1 done. All right, so I've gone ahead and put the pieces for Rex that I want back on for pose number 2, which is gonna be a little bit more dynamic. We've got his iconic blaster pistols in his hand and his helmet back on. I wanna make it look like he is shooting with his pistols here. So this is gonna take a little bit longer, but it's gonna be a way cooler pose. So the first thing we're gonna do is I always like to start with the legs, because the legs are important for making it look like he's in motion. I'm gonna bend his leg up a little bit here and kind of put it forward. And this next leg, I'm gonna bend it back just a bit, bend the knee, and then bring the ankle forward. So it looks like he's already kind of in an action stance here at the legs. He actually balances really well for being as big as he is. He stands really well. So he does come with a stand, but you don't have to use it. And recently I've had it posed on my bookshelf, and he's not even using the stand. So it actually turned out very nicely. For those of you who have collected Black Series in the past, he's a big Black Series figure with way more detail. So what I've done here is I've bent his arm at a really sharp angle, making it look like he's coming up and like he's alternating between his 2 blasters in between shots. I'm gonna give him a slight bend at the elbow there, because you don't want anything to be straight. If anything on the figure is straight, it looks unnatural. My only gripe with the figure, sometimes this mid-torso piece rises up and you gotta like shove it back down so that you don't see a gap in between the ab piece and the chest plate. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just something that you gotta think about or it's noticeable. So here's the second pose. I think it looks pretty dope. And then as you can see with the legs, they're kind of in an action shot here. That looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I think that looks great. And if you want to pose a Rex with his pistols, this is probably one of the best ways to do it, because it's an iconic pose that screams Captain Rex. He probably does this in about every episode that he's in the Clone Wars. So great pose. Now we're gonna get mega dynamic. So for this final pose, it's gonna be the most dynamic pose that we've done so far. And what it's gonna consist of is this stand here. Now Rex comes with this stand. It's very nice. It has a base plate here that says Captain Rex on it, and this little clamp that can go around his waist. This amazing looking jetpack here that has these little plugs that will give you flame effects. So when it's illuminated, you know, it kind of looks like fire, and I think that looks really cool. This is on his back with magnets, so you're able to just pop it on and it just sticks back on there, which is great. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put Rex on the stand. Now I prefer to get the clamp under his commas here. It just looks cleaner, and then he is locked in, floating off the ground, and you can't even see the clamp around his waist. And then I'll go ahead and raise Rex up a little bit here. So now that you guys can see that, we're going to work on the legs first, like I said before, and we're going to make it look like one leg's kind of out in the front. Bend this knee, and then the second leg is going to be kind of falling back behind here like that. We're going to arc his body forward just a tad and make it look like he's kind of shooting downwards at some battle droids or something like that. We'll also bring his head down and bring this arm up just a little bit, just to make it look a little bit more busy. The final piece is going to be to just stick this jetpack right on the back there. And now we have Captain Rex in a super cool action pose here. The jetpack is on him, and it looks like he is flying away from some clankers. I think that looks pretty sick. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope everything new with the channel is a good thing to you, and it makes you want to stay around and watch more videos, because every video from here on out will of course have this, unless it's like a short. If it's a YouTube short, I might just skip all this because it's a lot. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to buy cool things like this, and I wouldn't have the shot of maybe getting monetized one day and turning this into a full-time job. So very thankful for you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, may the force be with you always.